Make sure my phone's
What's
off.
up, Tiger Gang? This is JT from the Poco Moonshine family. I'm here with my good buddy, my best friend, Kerry from Homestead. How you doing, buddy? You there, buddy?
Oh. Sorry, rookie mistake. I'm
Yeah.
doing wonderful. Thank you. I'm
Good.
sorry. I had two tabs open.
No,
I'm
you're
doing
okay.
awesome. I'm glad to be on here with my best friend JT, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, you guys, I've got a fun little stream here planned for you guys. My questions might be all over the place because we are going to talk carnivore. Don't get me wrong, but we also want to know more about Kerry than we've ever known. You know, we want to find out. We want to lift up some stones and find some stuff out, right?
I
But
love it. I love it. I love talking carnivore, but it's nice to change it up a little bit sometimes.
so, Kerry, where were you born?
I was born in Milwaukee.
Born in Milwaukee, and then where did you grow up?
So I grew up 6 years or so in Wisconsin, and then I think when I was 7, the whole family, I got two sisters, mom and dad, obviously. We moved to Arizona, and then I lived out there, kind of
Really?
near Phoenix, Glendale. Lived out there for 5 years or 6 years, out in the heat. It was fun, man. Those were some of the best years of my life for sure. My best friend lived across the road. I remember playing the old Nintendo Entertainment System every Saturday morning. We'd go over there. We had a
Which
pool,
version of Nintendo was it?
the original
The original one?
NES.
What you guys play?
Oh man, we played everything. Well, when Mario Brothers came out, that was a huge thing when that first came out. Trying to beat that, we'd stay up all night playing that game. Then the Power Glove came out. I don't know if you ever saw the Power Glove, but that was
Power
kind of some
Glove. I
crazy
made a
stuff.
track called Power Glove. Yeah, I love Power Glove.
Nice. We had this thing called G-Force. I don't know if you ever saw this. It was like a limited thing, but it was like it looked like a laptop, but
Hmm,
you would open it up and you would just put your hands over it like this, and you could
really?
control. It was like it was kind of dumb, but at the time it was like, whoa, this thing is cool. You're like doing all this.
Next level.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Power Glove too. The Power Glove looks so cool until you got it, and you're like, oh, this is kind of
So,
weird
what is your
actually.
favorite Nintendo game?
Um, Contra. Contra was a lot
Oh,
of
I never
fun.
heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a
What
cool
is it?
game. It's like you're like two army guys
Hmm.
and you're running across the screen and you get different weapons and stuff. The screen's constantly moving and things are coming at you. That was a pretty fun one. I guess that one or just old school Mario Brothers. I've played Mario Brothers so many times and like took me years when it first came out to beat it. And then years later when I'm like a grown man, showed it to the girls, we're still playing, and then we're trying to do like speed runs. Like, let's see how fast we can beat it now. I've got past the part of just beating it. So when the Mario Brothers movie came out this year, I'm sitting in the theater, obviously. That was one of the biggest movies of the year, and that was a lot of fun too. Seeing the Mario Brothers, I couldn't believe like I didn't realize this next generation of kids. I thought it would be a bunch of old dudes like me that played Mario Brothers back in the '80s.
Yeah, yeah,
But now with the Wii and all that stuff, it's all these kids wearing with their Mario shirts on and stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
yeah. It's nice to see the new generation pick it up. I had the Super Nintendo, so I played a lot of Donkey Kong,
Yeah,
Mario. I played Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That was like literally my favorite one. Like that was
right.
just so awesome of a game.
Mario
Let's
Kart was another fun one.
now. Um, I heard something about you grew up in Foxtown.
Oh no, Fox Lake.
Oh, Fox
Fox.
Lake. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really grow up there. It was funny. Someone left me a comment the other day that said, "Hey, Kerry, I'm near Montello. I used to live in Fox Lake. Fox Lake is an hour from me, and it's where my dad lives.
Mm.
So we go there all the time. But when I was, I think for maybe 2 years, it's kind of crazy story, but I lived with my dad there for 2 years when I was in middle school. So it's kind of funny. Someone mentioned that the other day, and I was like, "Wow! Not only were you lived an hour away, I probably went to school with them because I realized I was like the same age as them. I don't know if they followed up on that comment. I got to check, but yeah, I lived there for like 2 years. Then with my dad and I moved like 10 other places, and now he's back in Fox Lake again, which is kind of crazy. It's not
Is
the
he?
same place he was at before.
Let's I just want to check a couple. If you guys got a question for Kerry, put a Q in front of it. Otherwise, I got a bunch of really good ones here. Let's see. What was your first job, Kerry?
Well, I've had some crazy jobs, but my first one was pretty normal, working at McDonald's in Milwaukee, Highway 100 in Burleigh near Mayfair Mall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. I
Oh, you
remember
worked at that McDonald's over there?
yeah, that was my first
Oh
job.
man.
You want to hear a quick funny story?
Yeah.
I'll make it quick. My first job ever. So at McDonald's, it was so cool because as an employee, you could get like your own free drinks, and I think you get one free meal or something. But I was 14 at the time. I had my drink, and I think it was like a Sprite or Seven Up or something, and I had left it out in the front where the customers could see it. And the manager, dude, was just a jerk. That was the worst first job. So he took my drink and he went back by the salt thing and he just poured like a half a thing of salt in the drink, put the cap back on, put it back out front. I'm just doing my job. I walk up. I went took a huge sip, pure salt. I puked all over the back at McDonald's. He's like,
Oh,
well, shouldn't have left it out for the customers to see. I was like, man, it's ruthless.
that's crazy.
So,
Yeah, I didn't know about McDonald's. That's interesting.
yeah, I
Uh,
had some crazy jobs after that. But hey, one other thing on jobs, real quick.
yeah.
My craziest job, I just realized this a while ago. I never thought how I've come full circle in life. When I was 16, I got a job selling something door to
Steaks.
door.
Steaks, right?
Steaks. Yes. So I've come full circle. I sold a lot of steaks too.
Was that Omaha Steaks?
So there's a famous company called Omaha Steaks. The company I worked for was not exactly legit. They were called Omaha's Choice. They copied the name and they just changed it slightly. And later they ended up getting sued and had to get closed down.
Wow.
So it wasn't the legit one. It was the knockoff version of that. That was
She
a
did-
crazy job.
Oh, that is funny.
It was just cold. You would just knock on doors. That was it. We didn't even deliver them. We would just go around Milwaukee, knock on doors. Hey, I got some steaks for sale. Are you guys interested? They're frozen. We got some, dry ice in the truck, but crazy, crazy job.
Now, word through the grapevine is you worked at Frito-Lay?
Yeah, where'd you hear that one? Man, you've been digging deep. That was that was a little bit later in life. I had a lot of jobs, but yeah, I worked for Frito-Lay for a while, delivering chips to
Driving
stores.
the Frito truck?
Driving the Frito truck, the big one too. I think I had to get like a special driver's license for that. It wasn't quite a semi, but it was a big truck. Yeah, delivered to Sam's Club and grocery stores. And a lot of people don't know that the delivery guy delivers the chips and stocks them on the shelf and rotates them all and then reorders them all. It's like I was amazed at how many chips people bought. Still amazed. It was like every day you'd be refilling that whole shelf up. People went through a lot of chips.
Yeah, selling steaks and stacking chips, you guys. Kerry's done it all, man. YouTubing, homesteading.
There was a lot.
Where did
a lot
you
of
get
other
this love
crazy
of
jobs in
homestead?
there. What's that?
Where'd you get the love to homestead? Where'd you get the idea, to just all of a sudden let's just do it?
I think it was YouTube. We were living in the city for a long time, and there's lots of cars beeping their horns and congestion and traffic. And I started watching some YouTube videos and people getting their own chickens. I was like, man, I want my own chickens, but where we lived, you couldn't have them. And there's a YouTuber. The guy's name is Wrangler Star. He's kind of famous. He's done tons of videos. We were watching some of his videos on his homestead. I was like, man, that would be the life, getting out there, growing our own food. And yeah, that's kind of where it came from. I've always run my own businesses for many years. And so I could kind of work from home. So I had that benefit. Real estate's always expensive, but I was like, I can go the further you get from Milwaukee and Madison, the cheaper stuff gets because there's not a lot of jobs nearby, but I work from home. So I had that advantage. So yeah, we just started looking and kind of fell in love with this property here 8 years ago.
Yeah, and you never look back, man.
Yeah.
Dawn says, "Hey JT, hey Kerry." Oh, D Lee says, "What makes you tick, Kerry?" Part of it's stoicism, right?
Yeah,
faith, stoicism, lots of things, right?
Faith, stoicism. I was talking on the last live stream. We're good friends with our Amish neighbors. Well, they're not even neighbors, but I've been friends with them for years now. And something the Amish live by that I've adopted. It's the abbreviation JOY. Jesus, others, yourself. That's what they live by. They're the most joyful people. So that's kind of what makes me tick. I guess what keeps me fired up and going for the last 6 months or the last couple months is just the carnivore stuff, helping the hopeless. These comments I've been getting from people after I did that 30-day video on my carnivore experience, it's been life changing. It's kind of an addiction, but it's a good addiction. But when you're hearing people say like, dude, you were right. I listened to you. I watched a bunch of Dr. Berry videos now, and now my life's changed forever. I'm overcoming depression. I was hopeless for years. That's what keeps me ticking and keeps me going for sure.
Yeah, you guys, he's a special guy, man. He's got a lot of things going on inside, man. Not just your average dude, man. Stoicism. How did you get into stoicism, Kerry?
YouTube, man, YouTube has been a blessing in my life. The questions you're asking me, I think I got into homesteading from YouTube and stoicism too. I saw a couple of videos on it, and then I bought some books. And one of the first videos I saw on stoicism just hit me at the right time. Just I might have told the story before, but real quick, it was we had a lot of family get-togethers at our house, and family's great. I love having family over, but there's always someone that just drives you insane. There's always someone. Like, a lot of times it's the mother. For me, it's not the mother-in-law. Love my mother-in-law. She's great. She's probably watching too. Smart too. But she's wonderful. But there's always someone. And Jen had someone too. And she's just like, this person just drives me nuts. And she was getting so frustrated. And this pattern would happen over and over again. And I'm not putting this all on Jen because I've had the same thing with people over the years. And I watched this YouTube video and the guy was saying something like, he was talking about stoicism. And he was saying something like, nobody can drive Kerry nuts. Nobody can drive me nuts. I am choosing in my brain to allow them to get me mad. Yep. And when I heard that, I was like, he's absolutely right. But everyone in the world gets mad. They get mad at rush hour traffic. They get mad at just little stupid things. And you waste so much time and energy on it.
It's a decision. You're deciding to get mad. Or you could decide I didn't mean to cut you off, but my coach would say that's the difference between responding and reacting. Like when you react, there's no thought. When you respond, you've put thought into it.
Right. Well, it's been such a powerful thing. So I learned that on YouTube, and then I read some books and I watched some more books. Ryan Holiday, he's awesome. He's on YouTube. He's written a couple books, but he's got a YouTube channel. All he talks about is stoicism. But it's really changed my life too, because there's been times where I frankly would have been like the example before. This person makes me so angry. Oftentimes they do. Like maybe they're just being mean or whatever. But what I've also realized is, number one, I can choose whether or not they get mad. I can also choose to think about it more like, well, maybe they're that way for a reason. Maybe that person is an incredibly sad person. Maybe they've had some horrible trauma in their life that I don't realize. Maybe they just have a mental issue. I've had mental issues in my life where I've had horrible depression, and it's unexplainable. I kind of know what it is now that I'm doing Carnivore, but it was unexplainable at the time. Maybe they have that too, and maybe that's why they're behaving that way. Maybe there's a reason for it. In any case, none of that matters. It just matters how I decide to react to it. So I decide to be more compassionate about it and see that good side of it. And we've said it before, like, this could be my last day on earth. This could be your last day on earth. This could be your last breath. So I want to spend it getting upset about something that what does it benefit me to get upset about something like that anyway? It doesn't. It probably actually takes years off my life because I'm putting unnecessary stress on my body when I could just let it wash away. And that's the biggest thing I've done the last 6 months. I think stoicism's helped with it, but I have chosen to only 100% focus on things that I have control of, not anyone else. I don't care about politics. I don't care about news. I don't care about anybody else's drama or arguments or fights or things with family. It's only what I have control of, and that's what I do and what comes out of my brain. It's really helped me because I think that's one of the big things. That's why I love talking to you, JT, Coach. It's Carnivore. It's all in your brain. You think physically, oh, you're eating food. Oh, you just eat steak. No, it's all a brain game. And it's a big thing to completely change your life and overhaul things, but it's all in your brain. So
yeah, you were talking about letting things go, and part of things you can't control is what people have done to you, and that's forgiveness. It's people think forgiveness is for the person when they say, well, I'm sorry, and then they think, well, I don't want to forgive you. Like you're giving them something. Forgiveness is actually for you. It's so you don't walk around with stress and anger and all sorts of bad energy in your heart, in your soul, and you just let it go. And that's what forgiveness is. It's for us. It's so we could feel better, not the other person. You know what I'm saying? That's on them.
Yes. Yep.
Here's a quick question from Woodster. Kerry, how did you find your faith? Did it come later in life or early?
Man, you guys got some good questions. It came later in life. When we moved here to Montello, it was about 8 years ago. One of the first things we did was we started going to church. But Jen and I have been together since the age of 14. And when I was 14, her grandfather got us into the Lutheran church in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, I should say. And he got us into catechism classes, and we went through and did that the whole thing. And he was a really cool guy, like 14 years old, like dating his granddaughter. You think like he probably wouldn't be happy with me, but we became really good friends. He used to have to drive me, and it was a long drive. He'd drop Jen off, and then he'd drive me home, and we'd have these talks. But he kind of got me started. And when I was a kid, it wasn't we rarely went to church or did any of that. So it's just the way I grew up. There's a lot of things when I was a kid that were kind of different. Like out here in Montello, all the people my age, they like all go hunting. They're like, you don't hunt? I'm like, no. When I was a kid, my parents, we never went hunting. I lived down in Arizona. We never did. Well, the same thing with church. But um, so when we came here to Montello, we really got heavily involved in our church. I used to do the video work there when we first moved there. We had like a 4-camera system and we'd stream it to YouTube. But that was when I started going, and I've been going ever since. Made some really good relations with the pastor at our church. Is just an amazing, amazing guy. Shout out Alaska. He used to live in Alaska. I was telling him when I got back from Alaska with Bill, I just had a couple seconds to talk to him. And I was like, hey, Pastor, I was just in Alaska, and we went to this really cool place. It's kind of obscure. It's called Hatcher's Pass. And it's an obscure place, too. And he was like, I was there. He's like, your crazy pastor was there, and I went hang gliding at Hatcher's Pass. I was just like, what? It's like the craziest thing. I mean, Alaska is just obviously huge. The fact that he happened to be there and do it. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. That
No,
we
you're
started
good.
going to church, fell in love with it. One of my biggest regrets, I don't have many regrets, but I wish that I had gone to church my whole life. My friends Aaron and Vicky, we did that video with them on their farm. They got some little kids, and I met them at church. I did the video work with Aaron, and I met them before they met, and then they got married, and we went to their reception, and then they had kids, and so I've kind of seen all of this. And one of the greatest things I've witnessed with them was them bringing their children into church from a young age. I'm like, nothing can change. I'm so happy with my life. I wouldn't change anything. But I'm like, man, if I wish I could have gone to church as a young age, I wish I would have done that with my girls, because it was 8 years ago. But before that, we never really brought them. And so their kids are going to church from infancy all the way through, and they're going to the Lutheran school as well. So they're bringing, I'm like, I think the same thing with carnivore. Imagine a kid that was born eating the proper human diet from birth all the way up. And then imagine a kid going to church with that faith from first day all the way up. It's going to be something. And their kids are almost like that. They're not quite carnivore, but they feed their kids. It's mostly meat and food, and they don't eat processed stuff. So it's kind of a cool thing. But yeah, long story short, I found it later in life, but I'm glad I did.
Yep. I always say better late than never. Honestly, man. Is it cute? Your JT question, your favorite color and who's your coach? I guess my favorite color would be that's a good one. Probably green or blue. I don't wear those colors very often, but I do like them. And my coach is Bob Proctor, or was Bob Proctor until he passed away last year. But your spirit lasts forever. So Bob is still out there somewhere. He's just in a spirit form now, not in his body. That's all. Hi,
And
Kerry and JT, two of my favorite carnivores. Oh, you're my favorite carnivore too.
Nice. I was
Nice
just going to say
comment.
real quick, JT, too. The other cool thing with Bob Proctor is all of the amazing video he was able to record and have out there, just freely available for people. JT shared one with me. I'm hooked now. Such wisdom, such good stuff. But that's one added benefit of YouTube. Thank goodness for that. All of that is on there forever for people to
Yeah, he's
learn
still
from.
helping people. It's like he's still here. It's and that's why people should take their YouTube channel seriously and really like approach it as like a something to leave your mark on the world. If you could leave a mark on the world, Kerry, what would it be?
This carnivore diet documentary, that would be it. I guess at the very least is that how important it is to eat the proper human diet. I can't imagine if what would happen if more people got that message. What would the world be like if everyone was just eating a proper human diet? It just pains me so much. I'm so thankful and so blessed that I found this way because I was just suffering so much before. But now it's kind of a little bit of a curse too, in that I see everybody still suffering and knowing what it could be like for them. So, I mean, if I could leave a mark on
That's
the world,
awareness, Kerry. That's awareness. You see
yeah,
something that they don't see.
yep. That would definitely be it, is getting that word out to people. I mean, I'm so thankful that I've been able to do it in a small way for a lot of people through YouTube already. Just the what's going on with Bill is insane. But yeah, that would definitely be it. Is getting the word out about how important nutrition is for every aspect of your life, and that 99.9% of the things that I went to the doctor for and have all of these pills for were just nutrition, and I foolishly thought they were medication, and I wasted so much of my life and pain and suffering doing that.
Better late than never.
Yes.
You know, I say that all the time, man. What year did you meet Jen?
94. Ooh,
94.
don't ask me about the wedding anniversary, JT. You're gonna get me in trouble. But
No,
94 we met.
what was your first date with Jen? Where'd you guys go?
Movie.
What'd you guys do?
We went to a movie.
And
Fittingly,
you guys are sitting in a movie theater.
we went to a lot of movies. We went to a movie in Milwaukee. There was a movie theater. It's sadly since closed down, called Budget Cinemas. It was $1 a movie back then.
I
And it
think I
was
remember
movies,
that place.
yeah, movies that were out for a while now. They weren't new ones, but we went to that movie. Oh man, we went to that place a bunch of times. But that was the first. I don't remember the movie. It's funny because we were just talking about this. She didn't remember it either. So, but yeah,
You guys
94,
don't know what
14 years old.
movie you guys saw?
I don't remember. We saw so
You guys must
many.
have
There
been
was like,
making out or something the whole time, man.
yeah, there was one. It was like Street Fighter 2 or something. It might have been that one. It was some weird one. Nothing memorable.
No. So, now you already went over that in another. We already talked about a movie the other day. What's a movie you like that people wouldn't expect? For me, it's Mamma Mia. I like that movie, and I bet you no one would pin me for a Mamma Mia fan, but it is fun
right.
movie.
Well, one that I like that people might not expect. I really liked My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies. Just hilarious. And I guess the only reason I'm thinking is the third one's coming out. Otherwise, when people ask me my favorite movie, I mentioned one the other day to you, but there's actually a better one. My favorite movie of all time is a movie called There Will Be Blood. It's with Daniel Day-Lewis.
You were talking about that on the stream before this one. Yeah. Yep.
That's a weird one that I don't know. People might not expect because a lot of people haven't heard of it. Although on the stream earlier, a couple people had. So, but that's one of my favorites. It's kind of an unusual one.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I got some good one. What was? Here's a good one. What movie scared you as a kid?
Child's Play.
Chucky, huh?
Chucky, yeah. I don't know. My parents were messed up if they're watching this. Man, some of the stuff they had us watching back in those days. You go to the rental place, you'd rent a VHS and bring it back. But oh man, I don't know, 7 years old or something watching Chucky. Man, I didn't sleep for a couple days after that. That one messed me up big time.
My first scary movie was It. That was the first one I got on VHS and took home. And then if you look and see these guys here, I got into clowns that even made music. So it's funny too. People don't know. My mom went to clown school when she was pregnant with me.
Wow.
So I literally sat through clown school with her, and I got I might as well graduated from clown school. I think I did soak in some of that stuff in the womb because I like being goofy. But yeah, I like that. For me though, I got scared of Michael Jackson's movie back in the day, Moonwalker.
Oh, really?
Do you remember that movie?
Not really. I remember
the bad guy in that, but he like tried to chase the kids down in the movie. Not Michael, but there was a different guy, and it scared the hell out of me, that movie, man.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and Fantasia, that was another one I wrote down. That scared the hell out of me when I was little. It was just so creepy with the brooms walking around.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's your favorite actor? I think you mentioned Mission Impossible, dude. What's his name? Top Gun. Why can't I think of his name?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, well, I guess my favorite is probably Daniel Day-Lewis. That guy's amazing.
Mm,
I really like Tom Cruise though. People are always like, "Oh, he's crazy off the screen." I don't really care what he does off the screen, but on the screen, I love the fact that Tom Cruise does all of his own stunts, and I get hooked on the behind the scenes stuff.
me
So like this
too.
Mission Impossible movie that came up, I'd rather watch the behind the scenes. I watched the thing. He jumped a motorcycle off a cliff and then had a parachute in this last movie. And they had a whole thing. They spent like $1 million in like a month, and he just jumped bike after bike after bike to get the perfect, precise shot. I'm like, that is some dedicated. That man is dedicated. The reason I like Tom Cruise is he particularly tries to make. He's not just an actor. He produces a lot of the movies, and he tries to make movies that are made for the big screen.
Hmm.
Top Gun Maverick was awesome on the big screen. You can watch it at home. It's a great movie. It's amazing on the big screen. This Mission Impossible movie, Oppenheimer came out. That was one made for the big screen. But yeah, my favorite actor would be Daniel Day-Lewis. That guy is amazing.
That's it. I've got a fun one here for you. Are you still into hypnotism?
Oh, where are you getting? You're talking to my family now. What are you doing?
No, and then
Oh man,
which one of your family members am I talking to? Can you guess
that
that
would be
one?
my younger sister, Holly, on that one.
Yep, it's been Holly was my culprit. She gave me some dirt on you. I said, "Ooh,
Nice.
this would be fun."
So, no, I'm not. I don't even know what was legit in that or not. When I was little with Holly, I don't know, middle school or something, I think we went to Great America one time and they had a hypnotist there. And it was some crazy stuff. People getting on the stage, acting crazy, walk around like a chicken. And then I went to the library, I got a bunch of books on it, and I read up on it. And so Holly, my sister, my younger sister's friend, came over once and we tried to hypnotize her, and it seems like we did. But
She
the
said that
verdict is out.
she said her legs got weak.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's legit with that or not. I don't know. Some people they say like they get on stage and they just kind of play along. So I don't know what's real or fake with that. But yeah, that's a great question, man. That's crazy.
I went to a hypnotism thing. There was the Joker's Club. It was underneath Silk in Milwaukee. There was Silk
Okay.
on the top level, then Joker's. It was a comedy club, and they had a comedy hypnotist dude there. And my buddy, and he had some lady helping out, and it was just hilarious. I said, "Did she put you hypnotize you?" He says, "Man, maybe would have worked if her breath wasn't so bad." He said, "I couldn't fall asleep." I was like, "Oh no, no!" But
Hey,
yeah, that was a good one.
speaking of bad breath, that's my only negative. I was going to warn you the other day when you came over. That's my only negative on Carnivore is the bad breath. And I'm so crazy on Carnivore. Like I don't even want to chew gum because there's like a carb in it. I'm just too over the top. But I don't know if you've had that. Some people get it when you get into keto. You get really bad breath.
Yeah,
That's been my
I've been
only
brushing at least 2 times a day now because by the time I get to the dinner, I don't like the taste in my mouth, and it's
right.
just I've been
You almost got,
flossing too more than ever, getting all this like ribeye and stuff caught in my teeth.
yep. Almost got
Do
to
you ever
carry a
have
toothpick.
a chuck eye steak?
I had one after our friend Adam told me about it. He did the sous vide.
I'm gonna have
I
one
happen to
tonight.
have one in my fridge. I didn't do it the cool way like Adam did, but I liked it. It was almost like a ribeye. But I got to try that sous vide method that
People been
everyone's been
comparing it
talking
to
about.
ribeye, and I hear either people like the ribeye more or they like the chuck eye steak. So I said, dude, I got to try this chuck eye steak. If you guys got
Right?
a question for Kerry, now is the time. We're asking a lot of really fun stuff, and put a Q in front of it so it's easier for me to see. Uh, here's another one from Holly. Are you ready for it?
I don't know. Let's go.
She says, ask him if he misses eating Oreos in a tent near the tracks.
Oh,
I said, okay, I'll ask him.
I don't miss any of that. No, and I don't miss the Oreos. I mean, at one time I was addicted to them, but I know how they make me feel. But yeah, what she's referring to is
He was
at
quite
one.
naughty at one point, guys.
Well, I wasn't. I wasn't. So Jen and I met when we were 14. I met Jen visiting my mom. My parents were divorced. My dad lived in Madison. I lived with him in Madison, visited mom on the weekends in Milwaukee. Met Jen through my cousin. Jen and I fell in love, puppy love, whatever it was. I didn't want to leave, so I kept staying by mom's house. Well, at one point, mom's like, "No, you got to go back home." I'm like, "I'm not going back home. I got a tent. I was
And some
14.
Oreos.
I got a
And I'll
tent. I
live
got some
forever.
Oreos, and I had a book. And I went down by the railroad tracks. I set the tent up, and I ran away. And I lived in that tent. This was one of the most terrifying things for me too, because I'd never been alone before. I was 14. The first time I walked to the tent, pitch blackout. Like there was clouds, there was no moon. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. I'm walking down railroad tracks into the woods to find my tent that I left there during the day. But yeah, I stayed in that tent for 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days. And
Oh,
yeah,
you were
none
bad.
of those memories were good. And the crazy thing was, on the 4th day, it was raining, and you don't want a tent by train tracks, okay? Because the train kept going by, and the whole thing was just shaking. So stupid. I ended up.
That would have scared the hell out of me, man. I'm trying to relax.
It scared me so much. Well, that scared me. But the first night I got in there, I went lay down to go to bed by myself, 14 years old in the pitch black, just tremoring, scared. And then all of a sudden you hear a twig snap, like someone's walking on it. I'm like, what the heck is that? I don't know what it was, deer. I don't know what it was. I didn't sleep at all, but I'm like
the mind wanders, man. You're in the dark. That's why I watch the Jasco videos. I want to do it myself, man. I just want to go in. Your mind starts going crazy.
Right?
But no, that was
like on the 4th night, it was raining and the train kept going by. So I went down the road. There was a little school and I fell asleep. They had an overhang. I fell asleep on the cement. I was so tired. I woke up at like 4 a.m, police sirens, police lights. The guy came out. He's like, we got our guy. I'm like, got our guy. I'm like a 14-year-old. What are you talking? You're acting like I'm a criminal or something.
Yeah,
well,
my
mom had called the police because I was 14. I was a minor. I ran away and they were looking for me and they found me, took me back to mom's. I got back to mom's. I disconnected the phone. I ran back out, went back to the tent.
Oh, no. You guys, do not run away from your parents, please.
Don't do this. It was bad.
Because it
ended up working out, though. I ended up moving in with my mom eventually. It all worked out.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. You were showing them what you wanted.
Right.
Big time. Kerry, what's your exercise habits look like, buddy?
Yes. Love this question. I never exercised to lose a pound my entire life. I lost all my weight before I started exercising. Once I lost my weight, well, I should say most of the weight, I got a lot of energy and then I started exercising. Every morning I get up, break of dawn. When I learned this on YouTube too. It's very important to get natural sunlight in your eyes first thing. It's horrible getting this light from your phone or your computer or unnatural light in your eyes. So I leave my curtain open. The sun hits my eyes. Every morning I get out. I leave my shoes off. My feet go in the sand, in the dirt. I thought this was all crazy when I first heard about this grounding thing. I'm like, these people are crazy. I've been doing it. I love it. There's something to it. There's science behind it too. I go out. I got a little area. JT was there. I got some resistance bands. I do those. I do pull-ups. I do crunchies. I do push-ups. I get sun in my eyes, and that's about it. The only other thing I do is I got some dumbbells in my office, and I've been getting better at that. I make it a game. So I don't like, oh, I'm going to go exercise for an hour, but I'm in and out of my office all the time, going on lives or editing. So every time I go past my dumbbells, I got to lift them a couple times. So, but that's been it. Those exercise resistance bands, if anyone's starting out, those are great because you can't overdo it. You can let up on them. They got different sizes. They're portable. You can take them with you. So I love those things. Bill's got some of those and been using them.
She gave up a lot of dirt. Yeah, Holly. Shout out to Holly. She gave up the dirt, man. She was so cool about it.
I'm getting her back. She's on the 24-hour live stream, 12:30, 1:30, I think. She's on there giving her testimony. So
is she going to be digital or what?
Yeah. Oh man, I got some dirt on her. We'll go.
Holly. Oh no. Hopefully I didn't start a family war. What is your email to send the 5-minute video for the 24-hour live?
Love that name, Brisket Boomers, by the way. It's homesteadhow@gmail.com. Homesteadhow@gmail.com. Send it. I got about 30 of those now.
Please.
Thank goodness that JT and I were. Well, I don't know if we want to tell them what's going on, but I'm going to need some assistance with these, my friend.
Whatever, buddy.
JT is coming out to the theater to help me with the point. He's going to climb the mountain with me. That was the thumbnail I put on my version of this video too. A little mountain behind me and JT. I so appreciate it. I can't wait, and I'm going to need the help. We got 30, 35 of those. Just organizing it, making sure we don't miss any. I'm not going to miss any of those. So, but yeah, homesteadhow@gmail.com. Send it, please.
Yeah, get them in sooner than later, guys. Please, please. Who's your favorite Green Bay Packer of all time, Kerry?
Oh,
told you I got a bunch of random questions tonight.
From my era, I'll have to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. For me, it's Brett Favre, man.
Yeah, it was really close, but Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers. It's just Aaron Rodgers is more present in my mind.
I got you.
Although we're gonna have to see about this Jordan Love, man. He had a heck of a game.
Who?
The new quarterback,
Oh,
the
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't get to see it. I was at the Hickory Road Farm.
Aren't we so fortunate, JT? Wisconsin, Green Bay Packers. Look at our quarterbacks: Favre, Rodgers, and now this Jared Love. What's his first name again? I keep missing it.
Jordan Love.
Jordan. I said
I heard
Jared.
a stat that we've had just when we had Favre and Rodgers, that we had those two quarterbacks for the same amount of time. I think the Bears had 38 different quarterbacks.
Wow.
So yeah, that
Yeah.
is how blessed the Packers are, the one team in the NFL that really knows how to pick quarterbacks. We don't do much else right, but
Right.
when it comes
Well,
to quarterbacks, we haven't gotten that wrong for years, man.
and they train them. Like Rodgers sat for a long time learning under Favre, and now Love has sat a long time learning under Rodgers. But
Yep.
I couldn't believe how good Love was playing, and like his quarterback rated.
He
I didn't watch
reminded me
much
of Favre
college.
when he was playing. He had a lot of wild throws, but they worked out. I was like, man, man, if this is how it's going, I'm gonna like this, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been a little busy to watch football. Last year, I hardly watched any, but again, YouTube comes in for the win. I don't know if you've done this, JT. NFL, they will play the whole football game. If you miss a Packer game, they play it on NFL's YouTube channel, and everything's cut out. It's just play, 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 and then it's over in like 15 minutes. So it's kind of cool. It kind of ruined football for me a little bit, but if you don't have time, it's a great way to watch it.
Yeah, we'll check it out. The Carnivore Cure. Man, thank you, buddy. Hey fellas, I'm looking forward to the 24-hour stream. Yeah, we are too, Todd. Love Todd. He's got such a great story, dude.
Todd's on it too. Todd's one of the last guests on it. I love how he's fired up about it too. Should be for sure. Some people are nice. I'm usually pretty nice about it, but I get fired up too. And Todd was fired up, so I'm looking forward to having him on the stream.
Kip, what up, buddy? Kip's in the house.
Kip's on the stream too.
Yeah,
Kip's
man, he had such a great interview the other day with me, man. It was awesome, dude. I love Kip.
Yep.
We were talking about everything, man. You guys, I got some more questions here. So, Kerry, how many more of your family members are on YouTube that you haven't shared yet?
It's funny. I don't even know. So my older sister, younger sister Holly, my mom and stepdad just jumped on. Jen's been doing it for years. We've mentioned that. She's got the I Create Crafts channel. I think that's
subscribe to Jen's channel. I Create Crafts. You guys don't
sleep
on Jen. Show her some love.
I think that's it for YouTube, but all of it's pretty new. Well, my sister Holly though, she's been doing YouTube a long time. She's been going for a while, so she's a veteran. My older sister Melissa is just starting, and my mom and stepdad just started because of Carnivore. So
yeah, Holly's she said she'd come on chatting with Carnivore soon, so I'm
nice.
looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Maybe, and I'm sure there's going to be more dirt, Kerry, just to warn you. We have fun though. We have fun. Oh, here's a good one. What's the best piece of advice you were ever given, Kerry?
Ooh. We talked about this already, so it's fresh in my mind, but I love this one. And it's really the best thing. Wisdom is more valuable than all of the gold and silver and rubies in the world. Everyone in this world wants to get rich. They're wrong. You should want to get wiser. Wisdom is so much more important.
That's a great one. Favorite place you ever visited?
Oh. Huh.
I know I'm really picking your brain tonight.
Right here. Alaska, right here. Right here. 100%. 100%. So I was fortunate. Years ago, Jen and the family and I went on a cruise in Alaska. This was like 10 years ago or something. And it was wonderful. It was beautiful. And I got the bug, like this place is crazy. But I did not remember until I went back there with Bill. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. I always tell people, listen, if you have a chance to go on vacation and you're like, oh, we're going to go to Hawaii or we're going to go to Jamaica or we're going to go to Alaska, you go to Alaska every single time. It's like you're living in a CGI world or a painting or something. It's so beautiful there.
Yeah, Bob Ross was obsessed with painting Alaska, like every chance he got. Like almost all his canvases were Alaska.
Right.
Let's see here. Oh, here's a good one. If someone's going through a hard time in their life, Kerry, how do you cope when life gets hard? What helps you?
Family definitely helps. Relying on your family is big. Prayer helps. There's one statement I just love, and that's like, God will never give you more than you can handle in one day.
Mm.
So I've had some pretty bad days, not as bad as other people, but I always keep that in mind. So that really helps too. But yeah, just family, friends, relying on other people, sharing it with other people. That's definitely helped.
Alaska is on my bucket list. That leads me to my next question. Kerry, what's something on your bucket list?
Getting this carnivore diet documentary filmed. I can't wait to get out there and start filming some more. I love chatting with carnivores and I love talking carnivore. I really enjoyed filming Bill and getting it kicked off, but there's so many hopeless people out there in the world that we can reach. And the people that are sending me their testimonials now, the little 5-minute testimonials, it's just, you sense this thing like they just want to share their story. They're so fired up about it. They want to get it off their chest. They want to share this amazing thing that's happened to them. And that's what it's all about. It's these stories, these inspirational stories. And yeah, that's on my bucket list, is to just film this and get out there and get it all together. It's such a big process still and a lot to wrap my brain around, but
These
that's
stories are so
fantastic.
therapeutic because people, like you said, get it off their chest and speak their heart. And then it also resonates with someone else's heart,
Yes.
and it tugs on their heartstrings too. Cause like
It's
I'm here right now because Kerry shared his story, guys. Like I was subscribed to his channel and I was watching him do keto and he did good on that, but I saw him do carnivore. I was like, holy crap, he's looking like Superman. I gotta get on this diet. But if Kerry didn't, I know he talks a lot. So do I, but thank goodness he talks a lot because I heard what he was talking about and it's helped me. So I think all you guys, man, we need to keep sharing our stories. Share your story on your channel. Hit me up for chatting with carnivores. PocoMoonshineFamily@gmail.com. If you guys want to be on here, put in the subject, chatting with carnivores. It's so important to share these stories, man. It really is.
I totally agree. That was the whole idea for the documentary too. Sean shared his story. I saw Dante's story. So we have all these little segments now. JT, this is kind of cool. I'm trying, you and Sean, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much of what the documentary name is going to be, but you guys came up with an awesome name. We still have to look and see if it's even plausible or possible to do it, like if that name is available for
Mm-hmm.
legal reasons or whatnot. But the name was Hope. And just to kind of play on that, that's what I was thinking about when I watch each of these stories that people are sending me and someone emailed about before these. They're just sending, just so you know, real quick, everyone watching, you have your own carnivore story. If you can share your elevator pitch, preferably 2 minutes, 5 minutes max, what happened to you on carnivore, your why, and your results. That's what people really want to see. You send that to me, homesteadhow@gmail.com. I promise you I will show it on the 24-hour live stream. If I have to stay to hour 25, 26, 27, I'm going to show every single one of those. Those stories are so important. But JT, so I'm going to try to I'm going to need your help with this too.
I'm probably going to be, guys, I've got like a 2-hour drive to get to Kerry's and then 24-hour live stream and then a 2-hour drive back. So yeah, I'm going to be putting in that work, guys.
You're welcome in the Airbnb or the movie theater, whatever we got to do. But I'm going to need help. I want to integrate these into the live stream. I don't want to just play them all at once. We play one here, we play one here, we play one here. When we do each of those, I'm going to say we have a new segment. It's called Hope, HOPE. And I messed this up on the other live stream. It stands for Hope, highly optimistic personal experiences. Highly optimistic personal experiences.
I love that.
Isn't that great? So that's going to be the segment. So we're going to be like, all right, we got this hope segment coming up, highly optimistic personal experiences. Roll the next one, and then we'll show the story. Because that's exactly what they are. They're all optimistic, and they're personal experiences. That's what it's all about. If you want to change the world, you're not going to do it holding a sign up or standing on the side of the road. You share your personal experience of how you changed your own life. Someone sees that, they're going to want to do the same thing, and it has a snowball effect. It has that a ripple effect. The ripple spreads wide, and then their ripple spreads, and their ripple spreads, and before you know it, there's a big wave, and all the boats are going up and down.
Yeah, it's man, it's already like there's lots of waves, man. This on Saturday it's gonna be insane, man. We're gonna be like tsunami, talk about a wave.
Yeah, Dr. Barry level waves, throwing the boulders in there and stuff. Hey, JT, One Hope for All said, is it possible to drive the day before and spend the night in the Airbnb? You are more than welcome to if you want.
Hey, if Kerry gives me the permission, sure, absolutely.
Let's talk about that. I think someone's in the Airbnb is the only issue, but we got room for you elsewhere for sure. That
I've
would
slept
probably
in a
be a
car
lot better
before.
than
It's not a
a
big
long
deal.
drive.
I'm here to help out, man. This documentary, we've got to get made, and we've got to make Saturday as big as possible. So I'm here
Yeah.
to help, guys. It's gonna be fun. You guys don't even know half the stuff I got planned. Kerry knows a little bit of it, but I got a little treat for you guys.
AT's putting the fun in fundraiser for sure.
Hmm. I'm trying. I'm trying. So here we go. What's your favorite board game? It's a random one.
Um,
You guys too. Put your favorite board game in the chat. Mine would probably be Life. I loved spinning the thing, and then you get the
yeah.
little cars, and
When we were little, we used to play this game, Categories. I don't know
I
if you
never
heard of
heard
that
of
one.
that.
It's pretty fun. You get this dice that has all the letters on it. You roll it, you get like a W, and then you have these things that'll say like, "Give me a president that starts with W," or a food that starts with W, and whoever gets the most wins. It would either be that or Trivial Pursuit, which I know is kind of geeky, but I love the trivia stuff and Jeopardy. So
I absolutely love trivia. I love random facts, man. Anytime I can.
yeah,
You know why there's a red dot on the 7-Up can, Gary?
no,
The guy who invented 7-Up was albino,
uh-huh,
and he had red in his eyes.
nice.
So he put the red dot on there. I'm telling you, there's just so much to learn in life, man,
Yeah, there's not enough time. Well,
Right.
we have trivia on the big screen. That was one thing when we took over the theater a year ago, and so I had to
You
put
play
all
it
that
before the
together.
movie, like movie trivia?
Yep. Yeah. So we open the doors at 6. The movie starts at 7. So for that
You should
hour,
sneak one in there, like who's Jen's biggest actor crush?
right?
Everybody in the theater's gonna laugh.
Yeah, for sure. It's been cool because I had to come up with the trivia. So we have some local stuff like on Montello, like we got the biggest tree in the state in Montello and stuff like that. So
Someone said Scrabble, Clue. I liked Clue. Catan, I never heard of that one.
Monopoly was another one.
Monopoly, yeah, Life, Monopoly, man. Yeah, Monopoly was always. I'd get so mad when I went broke, man. I was like, man, I'm just not made for real estate, I guess. Another Monopoly trivia. Yeah, that's a good one. What's a non-carnivore goal you got, bud?
Mm. Um. Well, I guess with a goal, I should have a very specific outcome, but I don't know. This is maybe a little bit more general. Savoring and being a better father and more time with my girls while I'd still have it because it's going by so quick and they're ready to move out already.
Absolutely, and you should be able to do that in carnivore. You said you felt more in the moment than ever.
Yes and no. I feel more in the moment. I don't have the brain fog, which was I feel so bad for my girls for all these years because I was in such a brain fog. I was a horrible person to be around. That's why I get so fired up. I am much more present for sure. I am trying to do a lot better. I'm trying to work on it more. But then
No
on the
one's
flip side, I've
perfect.
been so busy with the carnivore diet documentary. I got to get some good balance in there. Is my goal.
Yeah, just try to get better every day. That's
Yeah,
Bob always said. There's no graduation. We're going to be trying to improve ourselves till the day we die. So there's no
I've been
graduation. I
doing.
hate to tell that to people.
I made one new habit. I've been texting the girls. I think I did it like 3 times now. So like every morning I get up because they're already at school or whatever. Send them a little text, just anything, some encouragement or whatever. So baby
I'm sure
steps.
they'll remember that.
And the trip I had with Emma to Alaska was just amazing. But can't wait to go back with the other girl so we can have an
Make a
adventure.
family memory, right?
At the end of the year, we're going on vacation. Everyone's going to be like, oh, it must be nice. We haven't been on vacation. I said we went to Alaska 10 years ago. I think that was the last time Jen was on vacation. I kind of went. Alaska wasn't a vacation because I was working the whole time. But at the end of the year, we're going. We had this book like 2 years ago. We're going on a cruise. So it's going to be crazy. It's so hard. We could never leave the homestead because you got goats and chickens, but we got everything. It's all this planning just to get away for a couple of days. So that's going to be good, really good family time for a week. And this is going to be off, no internet, no access for 1 week. So that'll be a lot of fun.
That's going to be a lot of fun, man. I text my kids, "Good morning. I love you" every day. That's awesome.
Nice.
I
Kerry,
think
awesome.
more people should do that. What's your favorite holiday, Kerry? You guys too. Put your favorite holiday in the comments. Mine, it's Halloween and then Christmas because I just love how both those holidays have so many decorations and fun
Yes.
stuff to do.
I would agree with both of those. Christmas leads it. Especially last year at the movie theater. Decorating here was a lot of fun, and we did like a free Christmas movie. And we do. Oh, Jen's here.
Hey, Jen.
Let's say
Hey,
hi.
JT.
Look at what I got, JT. Look what I got. Powerball. Powerball. I want a Powerball.
That reminds me, pick up a Powerball shirt and it helps fund the documentary. Like you don't have to wait till Saturday to support the doc. You can start right meow.
Right.
Yep. And I've got the link for all of I've got the GoFundMe link in all of the Chatting with Carnivore episodes in the description, and Kerry's spread shop link so you guys can pick up Compassionate Carnivore shirts. I think I'm gonna wear my Compassionate Carnivore shirt Saturday. Oh, here we go. Bubba's got one. Does Kerry have a favorite Stoic quote or saying?
Yes. I'm gonna mangle it, so I just Googled this so I can remember it. So here it is. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. I like that one a lot. I got to memorize that one. That one's kind of long to memorize, but yeah, that kind of sums it up.
I like that, Kerry. Oh, we got a question here. Can we submit questions for you to ask the doctors on the 24-hour live stream?
Yes, I just email them to me, homesteadhow@gmail.com. I cannot promise you that I'll get to everyone. Unfortunately, some of these doctors, this is what I'm stressing about, JT. Dr. Kiltz is on. Bye, Jen. Thank you.
Hey, my wife says hi, Jen.
Anna says hi.
You gotta have her back again.
Yeah. Jen said bring Anna back.
Yeah, we'll bring William next time she comes.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got notes, man. I tell you.
Anytime. Love to have it. So, yes, please submit them. I will try my best. I've got a couple hours with Dr. Chafee. What I'm really looking for, but like I was saying, Dr. Kiltz is on for like a half an hour. It's going to fly by like this. So if you guys are like, ask Dr. Kiltz this, I might not be able to. I will do my best. If you have this, though, this is my biggest question. A lot of times people say, ask Dr. Chafee, oh, my elbow hurts, like some personal question about yourself. If you have a broad question that applies to yourself but a bunch of people, that's and so others. Much better than something very specific. And then second, real quick, any argument or fear you have about doing carnivore, send it to me. I will definitely, we're doing a segment with Dr. Chafee, challenging Dr. Chafee on the carnivore diet. Here's a really good one. Netflix just came out with the blue zones. People that live to be 100 live in the blue zones and they're not eating meat. Why should I eat meat, Dr. Chafee? That's a great argument. And he'll knock that one out of the park too, by the way. Or I got to have fiber or it's going to clog my arteries. If you have any arguments against carnivore, I'm desperate for those. I love those. It's always, that helps people so much. Because there's a lot of people out there right now that are hopeless. They want to start carnivore, and what's stopping them? The knowledge. They're fearful for good reason, but it's because they don't have the proper information. It's usually one of those things that are holding them up. And Dr. Chafee is a master at explaining those with science and studies and facts and common sense. So, yeah, any of those you got, shoot them my way. homesteadhow@gmail.com.
Yeah, it's going to help people defend themselves properly, you know, when they have the right rebuttal to and the right information to give back to somebody. Because someone does challenge you, hey, they're looking for the knowledge too. So, and if you got it, make sure you're prepared. That's the diligence in the book there.
And I myself too, just on a quick side note,
yeah,
I love a challenge. I want to do some YouTube videos where people are challenging me because it's friends and family do it. They see me at the family reunion. Oh, that's great. You lost all that weight, but you're going to have a heart attack. Where's your cholesterol? I'm fine talking to people about that, but I would love to do that on respectfully. I don't want to get an argument, but just respectfully. Well, no, I think you're wrong for this reason. Dr. Chafee would do it a million times better than me. But if anyone wants to do it with me, let's go. I would love to do a video series on that. I think that would really help people.
Yeah, my wife just got all her lab results back, and everything was pretty much perfectly in the green, in the green bar, right. Like in the middle, like, and her doctor was so annoyed that she's eating only meat and she's so annoyed that she couldn't give my wife a statin to be on for the rest of her life. I'm like, dude, you guys are just itching to peddle that stuff so bad, man. What's your favorite cut of beef?
It would have to be the ribeye, although a very close second, which is a bad one on carnivore, is sirloin. I don't know what my deal is with sirloin. Every now and then I'll have one. I'm like, man, this tastes good. That's why when people are telling me, they're like, don't you get sick of eating beef? Never. I have not at all. And there's so many different types of beef that are so significantly different from one another. You give me a piece of sirloin versus a piece of ribeye. It's like night or day. It's like I'm eating a different food altogether.
You ever
So
try beef cheeks?
I haven't tried that yet. I haven't tried any of like the tongue or beef cheeks. Or any
She's
weird
got all
stuff.
that at the Hickory Road Farm. She was trying to get me on all that liver, tongue, beef. I was like, just let me research
Baby
it
steps.
first.
Right.
I'll probably try the beef cheeks before I would try the cow tongue.
You're like, wait, let me call my friend Rick, Charger Mopar, and see how we prepare this cheek up first.
Hey, is there a printable thing for the 24-hour stream, like a program? You know, like when people get a program, knows how it's going.
I don't know how printer friendly it is. I assume it's pretty printer friendly. If you go to our good friend Adam, carnivoretoday.com/24-hour, he has the whole schedule there. Yeah.
Carnivoretoday.com.
Yep. He has the whole schedule there, and it's going to be updated. There's still some images being added, but you should be able to print that out. No problem.
Yep. Let me bring this up here. This is what Kerry was mentioning. Share screen. Carnivore Today. Boom.
Yeah, and I don't know if he has it on the homepage yet, but otherwise, if you go to /24-hour, I think that's where he has it at.
Where is that on here? Or?
Yeah, I don't know if he has it on there yet. I think you got to type it into like the address bar on the top.
Oh, okay. / what? Or is it before?
No, at the very end of carnivoretoday.com/24-hour.
HOUR or HR?
HOUR.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure. There we go.
Oh, you guys.
And that link is also, if you go to the 24-hour live stream. Oh, cool. You got more images on there.
Yeah,
if you guys go.
I'm just copying this so I can post it in the thing here for everybody.
Nice. I think I have it below, and I definitely have it on the live stream video. It's like the first link. So
yeah, you guys.
This is Adam's site. You guys, shout out to Adam. Carnivore Today. He's killing it on YouTube.
Yeah, these photos are all new. He's really been adding them in. Steak and Butter Girl. Nice.
Look at that. Yeah, they didn't have these images in there before.
Look at this lineup, guys. This isn't even. Is this real life, Kerry?
I can't believe it. It's so humbling. I just can't believe it. Kelly Hogan, Bill Knott. It's just crazy.
Bill, man, I love you, dude. Yeah, Jonathan, look at that guy. Holy moly.
Wow.
I've got a ways to go yet, Kerry.
Yeah. Oh, man. I had Russ on last night. He is so funny. He's just a great guy.
He is, man. When we have a carnivore roast, man, Russ has got to be there.
Right.
Aaron, man, if you guys haven't seen Aaron Edwards, man, he's got a great story. He was very thin and used carnivore diet to get buff, man. Kip, my dude, man, they love that cheesy smile, Kip. Don't ever stop smiling.
Kip is just so inspirational all around. Yes. Everyone agrees. But the dude, like, where did you come from? He's like Bill on the YouTube front. The background, the lighting, the thumbnails, the titles, they're all perfect. It's like, is this guy been doing YouTube for 20 years or something? He's just killing it.
He's doing great, man. Yeah, dude. Put him on the spot. Dr. Ovadia when he gets there.
So I'm so fortunate and blessed. I talked to Dr. Chafee, Baker, Barry, Hampton. I haven't talked to Dr. Lisa Wiedemann yet, and I haven't talked to yet. So I'm really looking forward to those two. I got my stethoscope. I got some questions for that man too. I can't wait. Heart health is so important. Heart disease is the #1 killer. This guy, hey, could you go back up once more? Sorry.
Absolutely. Which one?
This gentleman, one more up. Nathan, dude, is the coolest guy. I saw him on Instagram, and he's
got some blue eyes.
Yeah, he sung this song with his guitar and was talking about big meds, big medication. I just texted him, I'm like, dude, that was the coolest thing ever. You want to be on the 24-hour live stream? And then I followed him. I don't even think he's a carnivore. I'm not sure. I don't care. But his whole thing was, he's like, I'm weird, and I don't care. I'm like the weirdest person. I'm like, dude, I'm weird. Carnivores are weird. This is perfect. So 3 a.m. I think he's in Italy or something. He's gonna sing us a song with his guitar. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Michael Mason, dude, we got so many people here, dude. Semi-retired Bob, I got him coming up on Todd, my dude.
Yep.
Kerry, I recognize that guy. Adam.
That's
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
right there. If everyone, whoever doesn't know, Carnivore Today, this is his website. He put all this together. Just real quick, I got to shout him out. The beginning days of the Carnivore Diet documentary, he's like, Kerry, I will sweep the floors, whatever I got to do to help. He has helped so much with so many things. And he's working his butt off this week. He has a huge project. He's a photographer.
These two
Huge
right
project
here
going
are
on. And
just
then
running
Alia.
laps all day. These two for the
Alia Wells, check her out, subscribe. Everyone listening to this now that's excited and you're pumped up for the 24-hour live stream, thank Alia. This was literally her idea. I shared it the other day. She messaged me. She's like, hey, I was doing the dishes. I got this good idea. We should do a 24-hour live stream. This was her idea. None of this would have happened without her idea. So we can blame her and thank her at the same time. I'm going to be blaming her on hour 20. I'm sure, like, what were we thinking?
Hey, she's thinking big, man. She's thinking real big. I like it. Sean, my dude.
Yes, the man, the legend, the myth.
Dude, you guys, this
250
is
plus pounds.
yeah, I mean, dude, Sean, he's an intentional dude, man, and I love it, man. This is such a great website, Adam. You guys check. I put the link in there for you guys. Make sure you check that out. Well, we got an hour. We're at an hour. Do you got more time, or do you got to run, Kerry? What's your schedule?
I'm perfectly fine. Whatever you need, I'm here. I have a call at 9. We're doing a little rehearsal for the 24-hour live, and you're invited to too, sir. By the way, if you like, doing a little rehearsal at 9 Central. So I got time.
All right, I'll be there. You guys, don't be sleeping here, man. You guys can ask, dude. You guys, right here on the screen here, you got Kerry. He's literally like the wizard of Carnivore right now. No, seriously, man, you are the most popular face on Carnivore right now. Like when you put out a video, man, it just does so well. And not on anybody else, but man, you are like the poster boy right for Carnivore right now. So you guys asked a question. I'm looking for it, low carb. If you could put it in there again, oh, that'd be awesome. How long into Carnivore did you wait to give up gout meds? Alaskan sauce. I like that. Alaskan sauce, my dude. He had the Alaskan sauce dripping off those fire steaks, man. Whew.
Right. For me, I think it was around, I'm really bad with these dates, but I'm pretty sure it was around day 45. And I carefully weaned myself off. I always tell people you got to be real careful on some of those meds, in particular, antidepressant meds. I don't know, gout meds are as bad, but I started weaning myself off right around then. And it was so stupid because I didn't even have gout in retrospect. They said I had gout. I was like, dude, I don't think I have gout. He's like, I think you do. I didn't even have it. But yeah, I think it was around day 45 or so.
My wife, do you see yourself doing any other sort of filming after completing the documentary?
Oh, I love filming, so I'm always filming for YouTube. But after the documentary, man, I'm going to be so tired after. One thing I've been really fired up about is local family farmers. I did that video with my neighbor. And then there's Maggie, 82-year-old Dr. Chafee's friend, who's a rancher, and she raises her own beef, and she's struggling. Those stories need to get told as well. And I want to include that in the documentary. But this documentary, I'm like, it's going to be like 6 hours long with everything I want to include in all these stories in it. So I don't know what's going to happen on that front. We've been talking about it, mentioned it before, maybe doing a series, and Bill is one episode and then there's another episode. But yes, thank you, Anna. Great question. I do plan on filming more, whether it's a series for this documentary or it's definitely going to be continuing to do YouTube stuff because it's kind of my passion. I love doing it.
Yeah, you definitely got the skill for it, buddy. Question, you really should try to get DC learning. I had David on last night. Did you hear any of his story, Kerry?
I didn't catch that one last night, but I think he jumped on.
He has
is that the gentleman with autism?
No.
No.
Cancer.
Cancer.
He has almost one of the most wild stories I have ever heard. He had tubes shoved into his heart, and they were blasting him with radiation, and he had blood cancer, and he was homeless with cancer when he found Carnivore. Can you believe that? Yeah, and he was like, he was saying his wife stuck through him, and she came every day, and he couldn't remember what the doctors were saying. She was changing his bed sheets from the radiation that was coming off him from the chemo treatments, and she couldn't sleep next to him because of the radiation. She had to sleep on a mat on a floor. And he was like, so she's my reason why. I was like, dude, that is one of the most beautiful love stories I've ever heard. And
Yeah.
it was a
Wow.
great story, dude. I'm telling you, David, he was just, man.
I would love, unfortunately, the 24-hour live stream is completely packed that we're like cutting the doctors down on time, but I would love to talk to him some more. He came on the 10-hour live stream. I remember the cancer, David, and dude was awesome. So yeah, I'm so busy right now, but I'm hoping after
I'll give
24-hour
you
live
his info. Yeah, he was homeless with cancer, man. And
Yeah.
the only reason he had a place to stay is because the cancer treatment place gave him a place to stay while he was
And
getting
he's doing
treated.
he's got a YouTube channel now too, right? If I
Yeah,
remember
yeah, and
correctly.
he's weightlifting, man. Like he literally that guy, man, has walked into the depths of darkness, man, and have come out, man. Like
Wow.
literally like radiating them, like blasting them with all sorts of medications and things. And it's, man, I'm telling you, if there's any if you guys are gonna look up to anybody who's a fighter, it's definitely David, man. It's wild.
Right.
Kerry, do you already know the questions you are going to ask the doctors for the movie? Seems like it'd be tough to determine due to time constraints. Okay.
So for the 24-hour live stream, I have some questions prepared specifically to the doctors. For the documentary, I've got a rough kind of idea, but it's very fluid, and I'm not committing to anything. The plan with the documentary is to film the doctors last after we've already documented the real people examples, like Bill's, for example. Then we have that, and then we have the whole story, the complete story, and then we can go to the doctors and be like, well, why did this happen? Well, what are we seeing here? Well, how does this sort of make sense? So yes and no. I don't know if you were asking for the live stream or the other one, but for both kind of, but that's the goal with the doctors. And frankly, that's the reason for this live stream. Filming these doctors is going to be the biggest expense of the documentary. It has to be done properly with the crew. That's why we're trying to raise these remaining funds. But the cool thing is that's going to be the last thing we do after we capture all of these individual stories.
Exactly. Question: I posted a before and after pic for Bill Knott on my community page. His difference is very noticeable. Check it out for Kerry to see how far Bill has come. Okay, that's nice. How's that dude in Alaska doing?
The dude in Alaska is killing it. So he just did a video. If you want to see it, go to Gray Wolf Graphics. Check it out. Bill Knott, N-O-T-T. He just posted his 50-day update yesterday. Bill and I are best friends. I talk to him every day, multiple times a day. He's doing wonderful. I tear up. Carnivores don't cry is not true. I've learned that. Carnivores are more in touch with their emotions. I don't know what it is, but I was tearing up just at the beginning of that video yesterday. He was describing his inflammation being gone. He said his edema, his feet look like normal feet for the first time, and all that he can remember. But all of that aside, just looking at his face, you could see the health and the life coming back into his face. He is killing it. He's so nonchalant. It pisses me off, Bill, because I'm joking kind of, but he's so cool because, dude, do you know this, JT? He's doing lion and fasting. And in his last video a week ago, he just 30 minutes into the video. Right. But 30 minutes into the video, he's just like, oh, by the way, I've been doing lion now for like 10 days. Oh, and then after that, he's like, oh, by the way, I fast too now. I'm doing these water fasts because I got a lot of weight to lose. And then it's just it. I'm like, if that was me, I'm like all over YouTube. I got to do this video, tell people I'm doing lion now, this, that. He's just like, whatever, I'm doing it. He is so killing it. The only thing is that the man needs some prayers. The dude, as you said, crazy flooding going on there. As if he doesn't have enough challenges. God will never give you more than you can handle in one day, but they're testing Bill. His basement right under where he's been trapped for 4 years is full of water. His brothers have pumped it out. It's filling up again, and there's nothing but rain in the forecast. So prayers for Bill that the rain lets up, or he may have to evacuate, which I don't even know how he's going to be able to do that. He hasn't left the house in 4 years. It's going to be a big ordeal, but hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Absolutely. You guys say a prayer for Bill. Hopefully that rain stops and Bill can doesn't have to get moved around and stuff,
Right.
Question: did Kerry always take electrolytes or just load up on salt?
For me, it was always electrolytes. I started out with the Keto Chow drops. And every morning religiously, I would not have any water without those in there. I have had the keto flu over the years, and I never want to have that again. Then I switched to Element, and then they have since. I wasn't just because they sponsored me, but they sent me some free stuff, and I kind of liked it. And now they sponsored a couple of videos, and every penny I get from that goes to the Carnivore Diet documentary. So like 2 videos a month will usually have Element in it. I don't take them as much as I used to. Before it was every single day, but almost, I guess I shouldn't say that. Almost before I would do it every time I'd have water, I'd put a couple of drops of keto chow in. Now every morning I get a big thing of water, I put my Element in. Every morning I do that, but I don't do it throughout the rest of the day. And sometimes I miss it. And frankly, I probably don't need to, but if I do a big workout, like when I was roofing here, I'd make sure to get a lot of it. You sweat and things like that. If you ever get any fatigue or you're feeling weird or you're feeling off, you're either not getting enough fat, you're not getting enough water, you're not getting enough electrolytes. It's that simple. It's usually those 3 things. So that's about it. In terms of loading up on salt, I did my blood work. I'm going to share all of that soon. Not all of the results have come back in yet. And they're looking good too, by the way. But spoiler alert, I did get my sodium level back, and Jen and I were just like, what is going on? The amount of salt I use, you guys would be like, this guy's going to die. He's insane. I put it all over the cutting board. My whole cutting board is white. I load up on the salt. I got my blood test back. My sodium level was low. I'm like, what is going on here? So JT, you guys were talking. Anna got her blood work done, her test done.
Yep.
You got to realize this. I think you do, but for people watching, your body chemistry as a carnivore is completely different. You're almost like another species of human. It's for that reason that you don't get scurvy, and everyone thinks you're going to get scurvy. Well, when you're on carnivore, the way your body processes vitamins and all these things, you got to throw all those tests out the window. A lot of the tests they gave you, like, oh, my cholesterol is higher. People will come back with that. It doesn't matter. It's the particle size that matters. And those tests are valid if you're eating a standard American diet. But if you're eating carnivore and your cholesterol is higher, there's so much nuance to that you have to really look into. But anyways, I'm going off on a rant. The salt thing was crazy to me. But again, it's my chemistry. My body chemistry is different. I'm flushing through a lot of electrolytes and drinking a lot of water and things like that. But I could not believe. I did a video a while back, and Jen was like, you're just being obnoxious now with the salt. But my body craves it. I just keep loading up on it and doing whatever my body's telling me. And so that's the story on that one.
Yeah, before carnivore, I had to take electrolytes nonstop, man. Like I was just so lethargic all the time. I could barely like get out of the tub. I had no energy. Then when I did get out of the tub, I had to go right to the bedroom and lay down.
Yeah.
And that was like at 4:00. Like when my wife would get home, I was just like dead beat, man. I was just like, dude, this is not. Now I'm up till like 2:30 in the morning. Like you would know, I'm texting you real late, man. I'm up all night. That
sleeping window just goes smaller and smaller, but you don't lose the energy.
My wife was like, "You're crazy." I was like, "I'm not forcing myself to stay up or stay awake. I'm actually been forcing myself to go to bed."
Me too. Yeah, I gotta make a point of it.
Yeah, otherwise it doesn't happen really. What seasoning can you or can't you use? That's a great question.
Yeah, it's a good one. People get mad at me because I'm so strict, but I tell people everybody is different. I am not a moderator. I can't do a little bit of this or a little bit of that. So I've been very. Okay? What's that?
Pepper? Is pepper okay?
Not for me. For most people, it's just fine. It probably would be fine for me.
Why? Do you get a reaction from it or something, Kerry?
Yeah. So a lot of people, like Dante, for example, or Michaela Peterson, she's the best example. She's the most famous person that did lion diet.
She eats lamb though, right?
Yes. But she got rid of all the stuff as an elimination diet. It wasn't to lose weight or to get over depression, anxiety necessarily. It was autoimmune disorders, skin issues, arthritis, things like that. And if you have pepper is from pepper, which is a vegetable, and vegetables can cause autoimmune disorders and other things. So some people are like, I'm just going to cut all that out. I'm not going to do anything. If you're a carnivore and you're having pepper, this is like some weird gatekeeper thing. So I should probably not even talk about it, but technically pepper isn't meat. Carnivore is only meat. If you're having pepper, then technically you're doing keto, which is just fine. You're doing strict keto. It's not going to hurt you.
Dirty carnivores.
Yeah. So I always got to be careful. For me, I can't moderate at all. And I'm just fine on salt. and meat. So that's all I do. I don't have any other seasonings whatsoever. Other people have pepper, other people have garlic, and they're just perfectly fine. So everyone's got to be their own person and not people say that to me all the time. Tell me what you're doing. You don't want to know what I'm doing because I'm really weird and I can't moderate. If I had one raspberry right now, I would be 100 pounds heavier in a couple weeks from now. I can't control myself at all. Other people, they could eat raspberries and they could probably have a dozen donuts and then they could go back on carnivore. I could never do that. Everyone's kind of different. So
I have
you know
pepper
the crazy
once in a while
thing
with my eggs, and
yeah
I'm down to 164. So
exactly
you just got to
you know
do
the
whatever.
crazy thing JT though so I'm like I did carnivore beef butter bacon eggs seafood just salt nothing else. Pepper's fine for most people, garlic's fine for most people. I did all that, then I did Lion Diet for 60 days, just beef, salt, and water.
I did it for 2 days.
You can't get more. And you're different. Everyone's different. I happen to thrive on that. I'm like, I can't get any more extreme to this. Then I'm talking to Dr. Anthony Chafee. And you know what he tells me? I don't have salt, Kerry. I haven't had salt in forever. He doesn't have salt. I'm like, what are you telling? I got to just do beef now? Beef and water. I don't know. I'm going to ask him that on the 24-hour live stream. What is the story with the salt now? He doesn't say there's anything against it, but for one reason or another, he's just fine with no salt.
Ask him how your salt's so low and you eat so much of it. Ask him how what would maybe be causing that.
Yeah, that's another
now
question.
I'm curious about if my salt was below, like how, like we're like sucking in Redmond's real salt, like it's going out of style.
Exactly. I gotta order some more. I carry it around in my pocket. Look at, no joke. I've shown this
before.
Out,
I'll bring a pack.
Right here. This is my knife from Bill. This is on the. Everyone keeps asking me. Little shout out, but this is my Redmond's portable salt, and this is the holder. This thing is great. You never leave home without it. You're at friends, family, go out to eat, you have it. But just a quick shout out. Everyone keeps asking me, where can I get these? 24-hour live stream. We're selling these. Every single penny for the documentary. So it's kind of a fun, if you don't want to just give money for the fundraiser, you want to get something in return, we'll ship one of these out to you.
I'm be buying one of those, guys.
You know what's crazy, JT, though? This is no joke. See how big this is? It's kind of small, right? But there's I had steak the other day. I used this entire thing of salt. I am not exaggerating. Ask Jen. She's like, you're going to use that whole thing. I use this whole thing on it was a big steak, but I used the whole thing up, and I'm like, my sodium levels are still low. This is just crazy.
So how long will the stream actually be? Because they're asking if it's 25 hours. It's definitely
Primal
might be 25, might be 26, 27.
Right. It's definitely going to be at least 24, and it may go on a little bit longer. I can't give you an exact answer, but however long it needs to share everyone's hope story. Everyone's individual, and we have 30 of them now, and they keep my inbox is filling up as we speak with more of them. And if you have 30 of them and they're all an average of 4 minutes, what is that? 120 minutes. So that's 2 more hours. If my math is right, I think it is. Yeah. That's 2 more hours that we either have to squeeze into the existing or add on to the end. So we'll see what happens.
Someone says Steak and Butter Gal doesn't use salt either.
Yes, she's going to be Bella. Awesome. I found her later. I wish I found her earlier because she's just killing it. And she's got some great coaching. She's on earlier in the day on the 24-hour live stream. So we'll be talking to her about that too. She used to be plant-based as well, like Emma. So it's going to be a fun one. Awesome coaching program.
You let me know wwhenever we got to get off to go do the other thing, okay?
Sure.
So we'll just keep going whenever you say, okay?
Yep.
You guys, I do. Let me see here. What would be your dream vacation?
Okay, this would be it right here again. Boom. Alaska with the whole family.
And Bill, right?
Yes.
Looking
man, that would be the dream vacation.
Cooking some steaks, fishing.
Bill walking out, cooking some steaks over the fire, hanging out with Bill, taking him to his favorite fishing spot, riding the four-wheelers, and then just camping in Alaska with the family, disconnect off the internet for a week. That would be the dream vacation for sure.
I passed Scott's question accidentally. Sorry about that, Scott. But he was asking, like, what's one of the mistakes that beginner YouTubers make?
Oh, I could go on for an hour on that. I'll make it quick. The thumbnail is one of the most important things. You could have an Oscar-worthy YouTube video that Steven Spielberg put together, and it wouldn't matter Daniel Day-Lewis, Oscar-winning actor, acting in it. It wouldn't matter if your thumbnail is poor. And most people's thumbnail is poor. And most people, myself included, I made the mistake for years. They'll spend 10 hours working on a video and 10 seconds on the thumbnail. Mr. Beast says this. You got to reverse that around. You need to spend way more time on your thumbnail. Mr. Beast won't do a video unless the thumbnail is in his head before he even starts filming the video. It's got to be a killer thumbnail. That's one big thing. And then another thing real quick, engagement is huge. Everyone makes fun of me and they're like, you don't shut up. You don't ever take a break. Part of that is doing YouTube for so many years. You have a lull in your YouTube video. You can look in the analytics. People are like, well, that's not me. The majority of humans watching YouTube have no attention span. It's all YouTube shorts. It's TikTok shorts. People are quick. You have a lull in the conversation, they will drop off. So you got to you got to do your whole YouTube video, get rid of the lulls. That's the first part. But then you got to watch it and you got to get rid of the boring parts. And I promise
if you're watching your video and you don't like a part or like whatever, if you wouldn't watch it, like it's like even making a piece of merch. If you wouldn't wear the hat yourself, well, who else was going to wear it? If you're not going to watch your video, then who's going to watch it?
And if you can have your family watch it, I do that with every video. I post it on YouTube unlisted, and then we watch YouTube on the TV in the living room all the time. I put it on the living room. The girls are sick of it. Like, hey, watch this with me. Tell me what part is boring or whatever. And sometimes they want to watch it. Sometimes they're sick of it. But you got to get a third person. You got to get extra eyeballs on it because you're too close to it. And you think it's cool and it's great, but you're going to be missing some boring part or something.
Yeah, and I wouldn't just cut a video. I would come up with the idea, then the title, and then, cut your video and then work on the thumbnail. Because your video is going to be a lot better if you know what the video is going to be about, like what you're going to do, what you're maybe going to say. Yeah. But sometimes you can wing it too. But that's just me. It's just me. Let's see here. You guys put a Q in front of your questions, guys. Great tips. Yep, absolutely. Here, I got some more questions for you while we're waiting for them. What's your greatest accomplishment, in your opinion?
Family, I guess. It sounds weird.
That would be mine.
Yeah. As an accomplishment, it's like you achieved something. I guess we did, but it's been a struggle. I don't know how to say this nicely, but it's been a struggle and a fight to get where we are at this point. Like I mentioned earlier, when I was 14, Jen and I met. It was a fight. There was something in me that was like, this has to stay together. This has to work out. There's something greater in the end. I don't know what it was, but it was the biggest intuition or calling of my entire life. Jen and I staying together throughout high school was not an easy thing. We've been together since we were 14. In 10th grade, we had every single class together. And like I said, I was kicked out of the house. So I literally ran away and lived in a tent because that was the force. Like, I got to keep this thing together. And then we had a kid. We had Lily, and she had heart issues and heart surgery and keeping it together. Then we had triplets. Like, what is going on? How am I going to support triplets? How am I going to pay for diapers? How are we going to change all these diapers? It was like a factory. It's like all a blur. So keeping all of that together and still being together, and like now we're working together here, and it's like that's the biggest accomplishment for sure, because it could have went south at many different paths in the roadway.
Absolutely, and that's accomplishment itself, man. Triplets, dear Lord.
Yeah,
he has really blessed you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 3 times over.
It is a blessing, though. It might not have felt like it at the time, but it is, man. You have 3 beautiful girls, and then you got the older one too. But it's just nice that they're all around. Because some people wait; they'll be like have another one 4 years later, and then they kind of don't get along. Like most of your girls should really be close in relationship.
They're pretty close, except the triplets and Lily, not so much. There's a weird dynamic there, but it's a huge blessing. And hey, while we're waiting for another question, one other thing I wanted to mention. This is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me my entire life. Well, first it was finding out at the ultrasound at 5 months that Jen was pregnant with triplets when the ultrasound tech said, uh-oh, there's more than one in there. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Oh, no, there's just 3. That was the craziest moment. But the other craziest moment I experienced on my own. Jen's in the chat right now. Jen wasn't there. This is really sad for Jen, actually, because she birthed the triplets and carried them. She didn't get to see them for several days. She had a C-section. It was a huge surgery. When you have triplets, this ain't like having a regular baby. This was like a major surgery. She had them at 32 weeks. She didn't get to see her own kids. They did the C-section. They showed it to her, and then they brought him away, and she didn't get to see him for 3 days. I, on the other hand, got to go down and see them, and this was the biggest, craziest moment of my entire life. I walked into a room. It was almost as big as this theater. It was huge, and there were 18 doctors and nurses in this room, and there were 3 incubators. And there were 6 doctors and nurses at this one, 6 years, 6 years. Because when triplets are born, they're born at 32 weeks. They're premature. My daughter, Katie, was less than 2 pounds.
Wow.
Tiny.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. And that's normal. Triplets normally come at 32 weeks. Average
Wow.
baby's 40 weeks. But thank goodness, thank God, they all made it and they were fine. And even being at 32 weeks, Katie was in the hospital for over 30 days in the intensive care unit. But long story short, that was the craziest moment of my life. I walked into this room with 18 people, and I'm like, which one do I go to first? Which baby do I meet of mine first out of the 3? And that is something that you're not going to get an answer to, and Jen doesn't even know. Which one did I meet first? I'm the only one in the whole world that knows that. It's crazy too, because when you have triplets, they give them letters. So it was always baby A, B, C, A, B, C. And then we're like, well, did B get switched around with A or whatever? But that was the biggest thing, like in terms of having something memorable in your brain that you will never forget. Walking into that room, all the beeping and buzzing and doctors talking, and there's 3 things. I'm there all by myself. Jen's upstairs, can't come down. And it's like, whew, this is it. And then after that, it's been a blur. It was a blur for like 2 years of just diaper changes, feeding, changing, trying to sleep for a half an hour in between. And we didn't have family nearby us. So it was Jen and me. And thankfully some family came every now and then to help, but it was mostly just us kind of winging it.
Did you cut the cords?
Yes. 3 of them, all 3 of them. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. They asked me, I was like, no, you guys can handle that, man. I am good, man.
Right.
I just didn't feel right, man. As soon as my son pops out, I'm taking the scissors to him, but
right. You're like, I'm not qualified for this. Like, what do I look like, a surgeon? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, it was and when William, he came a little earlier because he stuck his foot out.
Yeah.
So he breached. He literally defines that saying, 1 foot in the door is all you need. And that's all he needed.
You know what's crazy? So my middle name is William, and I had a crazy birth, very similar to what you just described from what my mom's told me many times. I was breached too, and I'm pretty sure I came out feet first too. It was like she told me many times we both almost died at birth. So
yeah, because when you come out feet first, you don't get his air that long.
Yes.
When you're being birthed.
Yeah.
When they come out head first, they can start breathing as soon as you get the head out. But yeah, it's when it comes out feet, man, that's nervous. We didn't do that with William. She had a C-section.
Nice.
So
that was the same with Jen. She had a C-section with Lily, and then of course with the triplets. That's the crazy thing with triplets too, JT, is they were born 100 years ago, probably wouldn't have made it. It's just modern medicine. So as much as I rag on healthcare and modern medicine, it has its place. Delivering triplets, appendicitis, broken arm, but 99% of the things I went for, it didn't have a place for, but definitely for that. Because
child labor, like they do good with that, man, because there's a lot of babies they bringing in out here. Yeah. You guys if you guys got a question before, I don't know when Kerry wants us to wrap up, but he'll let us know here. It's all a blur. Yeah. And you guys, carnivoredietmovie.com. I've got it right there. You can go there, hit up the GoFundMe, buy some t-shirts, man. I've got all the links in the description of this video. And then also too, let's pull up here.
Hey, while JT pulls that up, I got to shout out JT. You're killing it. I can't thank you enough. So
I'm shouting you out here. What do you mean?
You're shouting me out. I'm shouting you out because I'm streaming this on my channel too. And if anyone's watching on my channel and you didn't subscribe to JT, I put a link in the description below. I put a link on my community tab.
That's hilarious thumbnail, dude.
There's the mountain. JT, we're going to climb that mountain on Saturday. Let's go.
Dude, you are hilarious, man. I love you, man.
That was funny because that was like the 2 minutes before we jumped on here quick. I put that together in Canva. I was like, oh, perfect. A mountain background. Done.
Yeah, you're fast, man. You're fast. I'm telling you. You guys go subscribe to Kerry's channel. Let's go, man. Because Kerry's a guy, man. He gives back a lot, man. He's a go-giver. And look at all this crazy cool content he's got, man. He's been working for years. You guys don't know, man. I've been watching Kerry for a long time, man, and it's nice to
Right.
um be interactions with you, man, because I'm learning a lot from you. You know, my coach would say go to someone who knows how to do what you want to do. So I'm learning a lot from you, my guy, interviewing
Hey, it
carnivores and
goes both ways. I appreciate you. You're killing it on the interviews too. So, yeah, anyone watching my channel, subscribe to JT. Give him some love because it's not just all the interviews you're doing. What I love is the brain game, the mental game, the coaching, the wisdom. That is one of the most important things when it comes to carnivore or whatever, eating the proper human diet, keto, changing your life forever. It's all in your brain. And you got that stuff nailed. You are like the protege, Bob Proctor. You got it all down. And it's one of the most important things. It's life-changing for sure. Like carnivores changed my life, but getting the brain game in order and being able to do it was a big part of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's on my bucket list to go and visit Bob's company that he made one day and meet his partner that was around, Sandy Gallagher. She's learned a lot from Bob, so I would like to meet her one day.
Nice. Susan Hampton just said she's on both devices, on both channels with 2 devices.
Oh man, aren't you great? We love that. Here's a question: 3 months, and I still have high small particle LDL. How long do you think it takes for that to change? I wouldn't know, so Kerry might have more knowledge on that.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's so hard for me to answer something like that. There's so many follow-up questions like, what are you eating? How much fat are you getting?
Can you save that for the doctors, Alaskan sauce? Because
yeah,
you're going to have a lot of them coming.
Either on the live stream or I always tell people this, questions like that, for very particular ones, these doctors they're awesome. Dr. Chafee does a live stream, I think like once a week now. I know Dr. Barry's been doing one once a week forever. And if you join his
Mondays or something.
Yeah. And he's in there, man, and he knocks these out of the park. That's a better one, probably more for a doctor, because there's a lot of nuance and different questions in there to answer it. But
yeah, and we don't words of power, so we don't want to, give you guys a bum steer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, everybody loves the Redmonds. Girl, both channels. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, man, that's we appreciate that. Here, let's see what else I got for questions here.
Susan's the best, always leaving great comments. That's the other reason I love Carnivore. This community is just amazing.
Here's one, Kerry. What's been on your heart or mind recently?
Bill. I love that he's thriving, but the flooding and stuff like that's been on my mind. My wife Jen too, she's killing it doing keto. She's doing really, really well.
She's got the keto glow. Because I said, when I was there, I said carnivore glow. She says, no, keto glow. I said, oops, sorry, keto glow. Yeah. And she really does, though. She's looking great, man.
Yeah. And she's been getting so much stuff done. Like it was like when Emma switched from vegan to carnivore, it was like a light switch went off and you could see the energy coming back. And I'm seeing that with Jen. So that's been awesome too.
Yeah. It's nice when you see those changes in somebody you're around all the time. Like I'm seeing Anna she's looking better, feeling better. She's just like a new person now. I'm sure she thinks the same thing about me. Hey, what are 3 good tips for beginner carnivores?
My one big tip is do your research. Oh man, that one fires me up. I could go an hour on it, so I won't. Do your research. So many people are like, well, what about this? What about that? What about it's all out there and it's free. The fact we have this at our fingertips right here is amazing. So if you have any worries, any concerns, do your research and understand what you're getting into. That's one tip. The second tip is eat more fat than you think you should. Nobody gets enough fat. Dr. Kilt said it to me when he was on my channel. I was so happy. He's like, Kerry, it shouldn't be called carnivore. It should be called fativore. You need to be getting more fat. The human body thrives on fat. It's been demonized so long. You get that fat in your body, your cholesterol regulates, your cholesterol goes up and your hormones regulate. Your sleep gets better. Depression, anxiety goes away. These young teens and poor kids are having all of these hormonal issues. That stuff all regulates, all because meat's been demonized. So get plenty of fat. And then I guess my third tip would be this. People get mad at me for this, but I'm going to keep saying it because I believe it to be true. don't cheat on carnivore. It's not like Weight Watchers where you did good for a week and you counted your points and now you can have a birthday cake. You cheat on carnivore for one day, it can kick you out of ketosis. It could take you a week or maybe even longer to get back into ketosis. And all that whole week is wasted on a piece of birthday cake. It's not worth it. I was talking to someone and like every week they would do that. I used to do that on keto, by the way. Saturday to have a cheat day. It would screw me up because then like for the whole week, you're not making any gains because my body's still trying to get back into ketosis. Once my body's almost back in ketosis, my body's like, yes, we're almost there. And then boom, another cheat day starts again. And then it's more days. So carnivore is not Weight Watchers. Just tell yourself this. I'm going to do it for 30 days. I'm not eating meat for 30 days. I'm doing an elimination diet. I'm getting rid of sugar, seed oils, all that other stuff. You can wrap your brain around that and just do it for 30 days. And you can quit after 30 days. I know they're not going to quit after 30 days though, because they're going to feel amazing. But you tell yourself you're going to quit after 30 days. You're going to go back to eating in moderation. You can tell yourself whatever you want, but just give yourself 30 days and see what happens.
Absolutely. I'm headed towards 90 days. There's no way I'm stopping.
Nice.
What daily habits help you be successful, Kerry?
Getting up that early in the morning thing I mentioned earlier, getting up at sunlight, natural sunlight in the eyes. There's lots of studies on that helps your circadian rhythm. And then when you go to bed at night, you sleep much better. Sleep is critical. And there's so many people out there that I say that to, and they're like, I get 8 hours, I'm fine. And they don't think about it. Doesn't matter if you get 20 hours of sleep. You need that deep, deep regenerative sleep. It's so important. I get it really well on carnivore. I get it even better when I'm getting that natural sunlight in the morning, plenty of vitamin D, getting some exercise. So that daily routine has definitely helped me for sure.
Craig Smith, Homestead, a question. Kerry, shouldn't you be sleeping in preparation for this weekend?
No, because carnivores don't sleep or nap. Actually, truthfully, yes, I should. I've been working, JT. This has been a process every day. I'm working on ramping up towards the live stream. So I'm eating more. I'm eating fattier food. I'm making sure to get all my electrolytes more, not just a cup in the morning, and sleeping. I woke up this morning at like 4:30, wide awake. I did everything I could. I fell back asleep. I got like another hour. It felt so good. I'm going to do that. It's tomorrow. It's it, right? I got one more day to
Friday,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah. If I wasn't doing this right now, Craig, I would not be at home sleeping. I promise you that. I couldn't if you paid me $1 million, I couldn't fall asleep right now. Got too much energy, but
yeah,
I'm ramping up.
Bring the bacon, Kerry. I'm gonna bring some bacon for us.
Nice.
We're gonna be snacking and
powerful steaks and bacon. So I got these steaks, JT. I got one for you, my friend. You're eating one for sure. This company,
I've got a bunch of stuff from Hickory Road Farm I can bring, man. If you want me to bring you a beef cheek, man, let me know, man.
I got my neighbor's stuff too, so we'll have some selection for sure.
Yeah, I got to see that farm one of these days. I really like. When I went to the Hickory Road Farm, shout out to, if you're in Wisconsin, man, hit up the Hickory Road Farm in West Bend. Man, Carissa and Brian are such cool people, and they've got everything. They've got beef tallow, whipped beef tallow for moisturizer. I didn't even know you could whip beef tallow into moisturizer until she had lavender and non-scented. They had dog bones, smoked or raw. They had the everything, cow tongue, beef cheeks, chuck eye. You guys ever have? Put this in the comments, you guys. What's better, chuck eye or rib eye? I've been hearing a lot of people actually support chuck eye. But man, she had everything, man. Roasts and you name it, man. She had New York strip and everything, man. It's a great place to go. And you can also buy the whole cow, 3/4 of cow, half a cow, quarter cow, or you can get the select cuts. And they also have family packs. So if you wanted like a bunch of ground beef and then a couple pre-made burgers and then maybe 4 New York strips and some eggs, and it's the place, man. I'm telling you, I love that farm. T-bone steaks, okay. Definitely a ribeye for me. Yeah, I love all beef too. It's really hard to and now Kerry's got me on this reverse sear. And it was funny, our last video, I was like, I'm taking notes, and my wife got mad. She's like, what do you mean you're taking notes? I'm cooking. She's like,
Jen and I were cracking up. We watched that video, Jen and I did. Anna was cooking them up. She's like, I'm cooking. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like, oops. But I was like, we're taking notes, Kerry. And I'm telling you now, she has reverse seared everything since we've left your house.
I told you, I got to apologize to you. I'm like, this is going to ruin it for you. It ruined it for me. Now, I used to be able to just throw a steak on the grill and be done with it. Now, every time I'm like, I got to do it. I got to do it.
And I tell her I'm going to cook the eggs because I'm afraid she's going to reverse sear the scrambled eggs now.
Nice.
I'm telling you, no, and it's great though. My wife, if you guys wonder, I usually do the grill because I'm just fascinated with fire. I'm a fire bug. But my wife normally cooks all the steaks, like, and she's a great cooker, man. She really is.
We got to get the sous vide next. I don't even want to open up that can of worms, but
yeah, the sous vide. At first, when I heard that, I thought you guys were talking about like an SUV. I was like, why do they keep mentioning SUV? Right. And then they're like, no, it's sous vide. I'm like, okay. And then Graham explained it to me where Graham and Todd, they really helped me understand it. You put it in the bag with like juice and you heat it up, and then you cook it, right?
Yeah, it's almost like the reverse sear in that you're cooking it low and slow. The only difference is it's in warm water, but then you pull it out and then you sear it and you're done. But I think it gets even more. It's probably similar to smoking, but it's probably even juicier
because of the smoking. Cooked in the water, right?
Yeah, in the bag, low and slow for a long time. It's a much longer cook too.
Do you have a sous vide machine?
What's that?
Do you have a sous vide machine?
Not yet. No, my mom got one too after watching Adam's video, and she's been telling me about it. So I got to get one.
Yeah, I did an interview, Midlife Carnivore, and Lynn. She's got a great brand, and she's got the Amazon link. It's in my email. I just got to put it in the description, but I can put that in the description for you guys. And then also too, someone had a really Alicia and Joe. They had a really good cheese thing that you put the cheese because sometimes when you get shredded cheese from the store, it's got like oils on it.
Yeah.
So she buys the brick and then she's got the thing where she just runs it in kind of like a meat grinder but for cheese. And I was like, where'd you get that? And she sent me the link. I was like, thank you. Like, there's so many good products we need where'd you get your iron skillet?
Kip was asking me that. I really don't remember, and mine's huge too. So I don't know.
I can't at like a mom and pop place or something.
Yeah, or maybe Jen and I go to lots of rummage sales auctions, so maybe I got it used somewhere. I really can't remember though. I've got a smaller one at home. I think I got from like Cabela's or something like that. It was like a camping one, but I don't know about the big one.
Yeah, if Kip's you guys know a good spot to buy those. There's Bill. Hey, how you doing, Bill? Ninja has a sous vide setting on it. There you go.
Bill.
Bill, man, I'm telling you, he knows how to use the stuff.
Bill is a professional cook, man. And the reason I got the Ninja was because I saw Bill's crust on those steaks. And this particular air fryer, JT, the lid has a heating element on it. So it gets my one at home doesn't. It's just got, I think it's just got
mine's on the bottom.
This one's on the top and the bottom, so it really gets a good crust on it. That's why I got it. But yeah, Bill, I was reading the directions and I saw that. I'm like, wait, what? How does this work? Bill, you got to tell me, have you tried that yet? Maybe that would be an experiment, JT, when we do this 24-hour live. We got 24 hours. Would it take 12 hours sous vide stuff? Then we'd still have 12 hours left.
Yeah, you guys will see me in the background of Kerry's screen running around cooking things and adding up totals. I'll have my laptop. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. My wife says, LOL, it seriously does change it. Yeah, she's hooked on the reverse sear now.
Now we got to get you guys a smoker.
Yeah, man, a smoker. And the Rick was getting on me, and my other buddy Anthony, they're getting on me about my non-stick pan because I don't have an iron.
Yeah, Kip is gonna get fired up if he sees that. You got to get that. The cast iron skillet, that's a game changer too, man.
I need one of those. That's why I asked you where you got yours. I'm looking for one.
You know who you should ask? Ask Kip. That guy knows. He was grilling me on the cast iron skillets. He knows the best ones, and he's got lots of knowledge.
That's a great tip, you guys. If you're looking for a good place to get cast iron skillets, we got to ask Kip. So Kip, I don't know if you're hanging around, bud, but if you see this, man, let us know where we get them cast iron skillets. Bill says, I haven't tried it yet, but I keep wanting to. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Nice.
Let's go, dude.
Bill, that'd be a cool video too. No pressure, but nobody's doing it. Adam did the sous vide. I'm like, dude, where's the video? I've never seen it. I've seen a couple, but That would be a good carnivore video, like next level steak sous vide. Here's how you do it with an air fryer.
Yeah, I've never had it. You know, you got to do a video where you're chewing a steak while you're like riding on the golf cart with a goat, and I think
Yeah.
that should do about 4 million views, man.
Right?
Easy, real easy. I have a sous vide and like it. I did a 36-hour roast beef at 132 degrees, then seared with Wagyu beef tallow. Are you trying to make me hungry? Because I haven't eaten yet. Then in the fridge, another 12 hours. And well, hold on. The comments are scrolling so fast. And sliced thin and served cold is awesome.
Wow.
Man, you're making me hungry.
That
You ever
Wagyu
had
beef-
chicken chips, Kerry?
What's that?
Chicken chips?
No, I haven't had that.
You take ground chicken and then you smash it flat and put it like on a parchment paper, and then you put that in the oven till it gets crispy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they're like chicken chips. It's just really thin chicken. It's
Man, we got to
crisped
get
up.
this. We got to get this cookbook going. There's some good ideas out there.
Oh yeah, and then Adam, he's got butter of the gods.
What's that?
That's like he says where you take the whites out and then you leave in the yellow, and then you put like a layer of salt on a plate, then make like little divots, and then you put the little yolks in the divots, and then the salt sucks all the moisture out of the yolk. It's a big process, but then he takes the dry yolk and then he grates it, and he said it's like cheese over stuff. He said it's amazing.
When are we going to Adam's house? My goodness, that guy. The last time I talked to him too, he just recently got a smoker. I've had my smoker for years. I've smoked ribs and reverse seared steaks. I have yet to do a brisket. A brisket's like a big thing. Like it's
Kip
a big.
seems
And
like
Adam's
he's
like,
done a brisket too, because I've never done a brisket. I don't have a thing big enough for a brisket
yeah,
yet.
he's done it. Adam was doing it the other day. He's like, I got a brisket going. I got some other things. I'm like, man, when are we getting the invite to come over there?
Adam, where does the brisket go on you, my guy?
Yeah.
I got a Revel Air Fryer Pro that's $500 open box on Amazon for $210. Nice. Keep an eye on those warehouse open box sales. That's a great tip, John.
Hey, not to outdo John, but I was texting with Bill the other day because I was at Target and I saw the Ninja air fryer and I wasn't sure if it was Bill, so I texted him and says, "This yours?" It was $199 new, marked on clearance for $70.
Ooh.
And it's the legit. It's like the best one I almost bought it off of Amazon for like $150. I think Bill said he paid around $150 for it. So, and it wasn't even open box. They had two of them there. After I got home, Jen was like, "We should have got another one for home because this one at home is getting a little crusty and it doesn't have the thing on the top." So I'm like, "Man, we should have grabbed another one." I got it for here at the theater. We got it in our little break room here at the theater now.
Hey, Robin. She says,
Robin's awesome.
Yeah, I used to think they were talking about SUVs. Bill, yeah, I'll film it. Good job, Bill. Appreciate it.
No pressure, Bill. I do have an ulterior motive, though, since I have the exact same unit. I'll just be able to watch Bill's video and be like, "Oh, here's how we do it."
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay. Hey,
Plus,
Bill.
hey, shout out to Bill, too, because we were talking about Jen earlier. She's killing it on keto. She's doing great. Eventually, she wants to get back into doing more meat, but she's got this big meat aversion. And she said this to Bill on the stream earlier. Bill, out of everything, your bacon wrap burgers caught my eye. And she is like so anti-meat for a while. She's like, got to ease back into it because she was just really sick with things. So shout out, Bill, man. If you can get Jen to eat some meat again. Again, everyone gets fired up when I say that. I'm not
today. Culver's, right?
Yeah. Yep. They were nothing like Bill's though.
No,
it was a good go-to, but the bacon was just, it was like paper thin.
It is there. I usually have to ask them for extra bacon just to get a taste of bacon.
Yeah.
But those burger patties at Culver's are amazing. The butter burgers. Oh man.
Nice, full of fat, 100% beef.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Kerry. I was just telling JT I want a smoker. Yep. Kerry's got me spending money. That's for sure.
Hey, we got to get you. We get you a Yoder. The Yoder sent me one. All you got to do is do a video on it. I don't know if they'll still do that or not. But
a Yoder, is that baby Yoder or is it?
Yeah, right. So the steak you ate was on my Yoder, and yeah, that was one they sent me. They just said, "I want you to do a YouTube video on it." It was pretty good deal.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. John. Thanks, dude.
Oh, that's so nice. 1 month into it right away and seeing good results. Good job. 1 month into it. I'm so happy when I hear people say that because you got over the first week, which is the hardest.
Yeah.
You got over the first moment, which was the hardest for most people to get over.
My coach says anything you do for 90 days in a row, you'll do probably for the rest of your life, good or
Nice.
bad.
And you just hit 90, right?
Very close. I'm like 80 something.
Well, don't mess this up now, JT. Come on.
You guys, this is actually pretty cool. I've got this counter app. It's got the 12 on there. See it says day counter.
Yeah.
And you guys, you hit that and then let it load up a second. It says day counter. That's the name of the app. And it's so easy to count your carnivore. And then, I'm on day 85 and my wife's on day 61.
Nice.
And then also got, interview with Sean from Intentional Carnivore in 4 days.
Nice.
I've got, otherwise I cannot keep track, man. I've got so many interviews and stuff. It's getting wild. Let's see. Oh, Bill here. Bill. Doing good, just munching on beef and keeping a close eye on the rising water. God damn, Bill. I hope it stops. Is it look like it's lighting up? Is it lightening up at all, Bill? Let me know, bud. Because I don't watch the news, so I don't know I suppose I can look at the weather app. Here, let me pull up the weather app and type in Alaska. Where in Alaska is Bill?
He's near, if you look up Willow, Alaska.
Willow, Alaska?
Or Juneau. Juneau's probably a bigger one.
Juneau, Alaska.
Yeah, the weather there, Bill's brother was telling me, it's weird too. Like you see a bunch of rain, but it rains differently in Alaska. Everything's different in Alaska.
Yeah, nothing came up for Juneau. Alaska, yeah, you guys look what it's doing. It's got the little raindrops. You maybe can't see it on my phone, but there's raindrops coming down. Yeah. Yep. 90% chance rain at 6 p.m. Dang, man. But it says it's going down around 7, then 8 p.m. 50% chance of rain. So, Bill, maybe it will stop raining or like lighten up a little bit at like around 8 o'clock your time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on you, Bill. Oh, that's why it didn't come up. I spelled it wrong. I spelled the Juno. Okay. Oh, he said that's 1,000 minutes or miles away.
Oh, did I say Juneau? I meant, man, I got to eat some steak. I'm screwing up. Anchorage. Sorry,
Kerry, we cannot have you doing this on the 24-hour
right? I
live
know.
stream.
Dude, I'm so scared for this live stream. I gotta keep eating. I think that's what it is, but
You guys, that's why I'm gonna go there. Like if he starts to sleep, I can slap him. I can,
right?
put some cold water on him. Like,
Yep. Hey,
I'll
Ali,
try.
she's warning us.
You ever do that to your sisters? You put their hand in water when they were sleeping?
I think I might have done that once or twice. Yeah.
What's this?
Alia gave you $4,000 in COP.
Let's go.
Thank you, Alia. Yeah, we got to get to that meeting in a little bit.
Yes. Yep. Meeting in 10 minutes. Ooh, guys. Yeah, we're about to get in trouble with Alia, guys.
Yeah, we should probably wrap it up too because I got to hit the bathroom before we go to the next one. But hey, we got one more. I started Carnivore because of you. Started at 136.9 to 119 in 5 weeks. Thank you for your videos. Much love. Awesome.
Well, you guys, hopefully you guys, here, one more thing from Bill. We got to look up weather for Willow, Alaska. Okay.
Yeah.
Willow, Alaska. Okay. Let me take a picture of that quickly. Bill, you guys, hopefully you had a blast. I had a blast. I even went to Kerry's sister, Holly, to get some dirt up on them for you guys. I really tried to make this fun and interesting. And, because Kerry pops up all the time on YouTube. And I think it's fun to talk carnivore, but it's nice to also get to know who Kerry is a little bit deeper than just his diet, because we are more than our diet, we're people and we're all alike, but we think different thoughts. But you guys, my coach would say repetition is the first law of learning. So please replay this. You're probably going to laugh and have a great time, and you're going to learn a bunch of stuff. Kerry, I had a blast, and I cannot wait to do it on Saturday, my dude.
Likewise, man. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. It's fun to get.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna do my heart attack face on the way out. It's not a real heart attack, okay, Carnivore, so don't worry. But we're out, you guys. See ya.